Make decisions based on economics. The economic paradigm is the key driver and the key way we make decisions. So what we're shifting towards and what we're trying to understand here is how these three aspects of life intersect and what the opportunity here in this intersection is. And so this is really where sustainability comes, where decisions in business are made at all of those levels. And sure, there may be trade-offs in getting towards what we might think as some more regenerative or some more aspirational end where there are no trade-offs and every decision is really made on environmental principles. But today we operate in a realistic world. Green building councils are led by business leaders who are pragmatic, and we want to take small steps at a time. So we know that today we make decisions based on economic with some environmental and social considerations. And so when we speak about green building, we have to speak to the money. We have to speak to the principles that people are already working with. And this is a journey. This is just a map of the journey of people's slow progression and small steps along the journey to something that may be a sustainable future. So the purpose of really thinking about it as a journey is we're not going to get there overnight. The beauty of today is that we're discussing the great things from the 13 different countries that are here from the Americas network. We also have someone from Europe. And our opportunity here is to share and learn about this journey, learn the successes, the failures, the things that we can improve along this journey. One of the ways that green building councils have made a real impact around the world is by creating a voluntary benchmark above building code. Now, this is quite key to the way that green buildings play a part in shifting the market and not necessarily relying or waiting for government. So if you just see this slide that I'm talking about, is we have a minimum standard of regulation. It varies hugely around the world of what that standard is. But most buildings are at least above that standard, some are not. But then what's needed is, because that building code is compliance, it's the lowest level. It's just saying at least do these things when you build a building. It's not setting any aspiration. Most building codes, well, some are starting to, but most of them don't have any energy efficiency requirements. They don't have any requirements around what products are used in the building, where the products have come from, what sort of recycled content is in them, or anything like that. That's the role at the moment that voluntary rating systems such as LEED, such as many of the other rating systems that you see around the world are playing, and enabling people to define what the target is, what a green building is, and enable the market leaders, the small section of market leaders who are well represented here today, enables you to put a price on that and to speak to that and to educate to that definition of a green building. Over time, people take more risks, and so this sort of builds on itself. Once you understand it, you can take more risks and you keep pushing the edge. Even further over time, our goal is that the mainstream, the bubble in the middle shifts. And so this benchmark we have here today of green building being aspirational, being hard to achieve, over time, we hope that that will become normal practice. And then the benchmark for innovation and for leading edge will probably keep moving up as well. If we do a really good job, if our organisations that are here today do a really good job, we shouldn't really need to exist at some point in the future if this becomes normal practice. So these voluntary rating systems are a communication tool, like what the ingredients on the cereal pack is. It's a way to talk about something that's more than just the building code. It's a way to define what a green building is, and it's a way to place monetary value on that. That's simply what they do. And it's helping that market dynamic and market shift. Many countries around the world are seeing significant uptake in these voluntary rating systems. Just some examples from Australia. As you see, over a 4-year period between 2006 and 2010, there was a massive uptake in the amount of certified green space in the office environment in Victoria and Australia. I think the key point here is that this is all about you. It's all about you understanding this for your business. It's about you seeing some business opportunity. And then it's about us having a common platform to make these decisions and work towards something which is new, changing our business model that makes sense and taking one step at a time. So green building councils are really set up to facilitate that conversation, being transparent and inclusive. Around the world, you'll see over the last 3 or 4 years, the uptake in green building councils has been massive. 2011 here, now we have 85 countries that have green building councils, all driving this market transformation that I'm talking about, all making sure that there's that common language in their country to define what green building is. And that is essentially the role of green building councils. There are 5 regions. As I mentioned, there are 13 from the Americas network, 13 countries here today. The Americas region is our second largest region now, and in many people's view, the most exciting. There's a lot of activity going on here. And as you see from the number of people just here in Mexico today, there's definitely a lot happening in this space. So we're very excited to have the regional network. We have a session together on Friday where we're looking at, as a region, what are the opportunities for more collaboration between these countries. So I'm sure you'll hear more about what we discuss on Friday. So our role, my role from the World Green Building Council perspective, is to harness the energy and the fantastic inspiration that's going on in all the different countries. It is important that different countries set up their own green building councils, and it is appropriately managed for meeting the local priorities. There's no formula, there's no way that we can understand the market dynamics in all of those 85 countries, so it's the people on the ground that are driving this movement. And our role is to connect all of these 85 countries around the world. And we believe by acting together, we can make more of an impact, and this transformation can happen faster, and that our sector can play a much stronger role in the energy revolution that's taking place. Thank you.